right, head into our 7 steps for overcoming your fear of abandonment. I don't like to attach ownership to fears or anything that's in a way you kind of want to get rid of, whether that's even like habits that you don't want to have anymore, like that. So, if you can just think of it within your mind as not being yours, not something that you're attached.
Give it a
Yep.
name, or either call it
Yep,
the
exactly.
fear,
Exactly.
the abandonment.
The first step of overcoming any fear is to acknowledge that the fear exists. So, the best thing, of course, for acknowledging fears, in my opinion, is journaling. And that's a great way that you can do this on your own, even if you haven't gotten into therapy and stuff yet, again, which we'll get into later. But journaling really does provide that safe space where you can explore your thoughts and feelings without the judgment or even the pressure of having to find the right words in a way.
Yep, and then identify your triggers. So, what are the things that trigger you? Triggers are events and situations that can cause someone to feel fear, anxious, and anxiety, or afraid. So, you want to make sure that you recognize what those triggers are so that they can be avoided. Let other people know what those triggers are as well, that they can help you to avoid those as well.
Some common triggers that just we thought about so that maybe you can see if these situations are occurring. One of the easiest ones is like changes in the relationship. So any kind of sudden change can spark up some type of anxiety. And this can be something as small as like your partner starting a new job, or maybe you guys moving to a new location. Anything like that can really kind of trigger up a slight anxiety that will make you have some type of, association with that fear of abandonment.
So another one is withdrawing from the relationship. So if your partner starts to withdraw, it can be a trigger or a fear of abandonment. Withdrawal, what we mean is that they shut down, stop talking, they leave, run away, hide.
Yep. And of course, once you know your triggers, then this is where you can start to identify them and actually recognize coping mechanisms. And one is our number 3 step is to challenge those thoughts. Take, for example, you have the negative thought that, oh, my partner is going to leave me because I'm not good enough. Overall, what you're doing is trying to look and see if there's any evidence that actually supports this thought. So when that happens, it's a great thing to then recognize, is this actually a thought that I want to hold? Is this my thought? Is there any evidence to support this thought? Then think to yourself, no, my, spouse didn't give me anything in this moment for me to be feeling this way. In fact, maybe even think about a moment where they have told you like, I'm here for you. I want to be with you and I'm committed to you.
Also all the viewers that's out there, if you all have any questions at any time about anything, please feel free to ask those questions.
Again, it's super common within our community. So you just have to, one, recognize that you're not alone. You're not the only one going through this. It is a lot of us who have gone through it, who have overcome with it, and who are even learning every day how to manage it better and better.
Right. Because all of these feelings are human. These are human feelings and they're natural. So, there's nothing wrong with you in that aspect. You just need to learn how to manage those feelings and those feelings of anxiety that come along with it.
Yep.
You had hair in your mouth.
Yeah, and eyelash.
It is important to set realistic expectations for your relationship and spouse. This is your relationship. You basically have to design this relationship through, like my wife said, through communication.
Trust your partner. That's big with the whole fear of abandonment thing. A lot of times with any type of fear, it will really be based on the fact that you don't feel that person will actually do what they say they're going to do. You're a little nervous about that. You're going to have trust. That is like an essential part of a relationship. And if you don't have that, you might as well just,
be alone. So next, focus on present moment. So be clear and present. Be in the present time. It is easy to get caught up in the past or worry about the future. So appreciate the time, the current time, and live in that current time. Don't have any worries about things in the future, finances, or whatever the case may be. You need to plan accordingly. Don't get me wrong, but you can plan in the present time only. You can't plan in the past or the future.
Right.
But only plan in the present.
Yeah, it was the quote, life occurs in the present